Gamers, gals, non-binary pals. Once in a blue moon, I decided to finally make original content. And that original content is, of course, stealing Farfus content. Because we're doing viewer call-ins. I want to hear your worst takes. I want to hear the absolute worst of what Yu-Gi-Oh! Viewers have to offer. So let's get right into it. Do you have a take you would like to share?
Oh, yeah. I think that anyone who plays one of non-engine or combo cards it's a cardinal sin, and I think they should be punished.
Sometimes it bricks when I draw it.
Yeah, but
It's reciting patterns.
It's terrible.
Are you telling me that Korean was wrong when he played 2 ball, 1 ash blossom in his list?
Yeah, why would you do that?
It's citing patterns.
What's one of ash gonna do?
You know, maybe you go against branded, and like if you don't, you just take it out.
Unless you're playing like Crosso, I don't understand. It doesn't. It's stupid.
It's the one. You only need 1 ash blossom. If you draw it, it bricks. If you draw more than 1, it bricks.
So you're saying just draw it out?
Yeah, you just draw it. If you draw it, it's fine, and if you don't draw it, it's also fine. Labyrinth deck building has rotted my brain. Why do you hate 1-ofs or 2-of?
Like, you have no idea how many people I've seen play 1-of talents in Castillo decks. It hurts.
But it breaks. The deck is bricky. I don't want to lose to Eradicator.
You want to be less bricky by putting in more bricks of 1-ofs?
I want to play 2 talent, 1 Eradicator main deck, 1 talent main deck.
Anyway, that's my take. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Alright, thank you for sharing your opinion.
Okay, I have an actual opinion about Yu-Gi-Oh! We need more erratas to get cards off of the fucking giant-ass Forbidden Unlimited list.
Why don't state your claim?
Like, there's so many cards on there that if they just got small errata to make them fit in more with their own archetype, they could easily be at 3.
Are you trying to say that, Steroid Terratop should only
win lock, yes.
Okay.
Yes, but also
Alright.
there's other ones, like fucking Electromite. Just fucking make it require at least 1 Metal Foe.
Alright, but better question. Why not just make new cards?
I'm never getting more Speedboard support, so I'd rather they just
make new
errata
cards?
it.
I want to play Electromite in traditional format.
No.
I want to play Pendulum FTK. This is what I live for. This is all I've ever needed.
Of course, you fucking want to play Pendulum FTK.
Outside of exactly Speedroid support, what would you want?
Like Invoker, just make it X-Sabers. Just make cards that are stuck on there that are generic, less generic with erratas, and then take them off the ban list, because the ban list is way too big at this point.
But isn't that a good thing? Isn't that
Not really, no.
I kind of like that the ban list is pretty big. I kind of like that, like, a lot of cards are banned.
Kind of, and a lot of them do deserve to be banned, but, like, there's ones, like, with Ancient Fairy Dragon. Like, I think what they did with it was decent,
Ooh,
iffy.
once per turn. Ooh, like, that will ever change anything. Like, the main reason why I don't like erratas is because it just turns cards that are, like, super iconic or, like, super broken, especially, like, in traditional format, which some people still play for whatever reason. It just turns them into, like, shells of themselves. Firewall Dragon went from being, like, one of the most iconic, like, disgusting combo enablers to being, like, a card literally no one cares about anymore.
I think maybe not errating everything, but, like, certain cards, like, nobody would give a shit if Terratop got errata.
Yeah?
Except for me.
Yeah, you say?
That
Sure.
only, like, fucking Speed Void players would actually care, and I think that's perfect. Like, I think cards that, like, will never come off the list unless, like, will never come off list unless they're rotted. Should.
Thank you,
like
Aaron.
Gumblar. Fuck Gumblar.
Alright, what's the
Hello.
take?
Alright, I've got the hottest take in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, and I will die on this hill. Meow Meow Moo wasn't the problem.
Meow 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 was the fuck. What did you? Are you telling me in a format
bro.
as
Being
fucking
able to make-
weird as
being able to
fucking
make-
post Sword
Able
Soul?
to make Destroyer, like, guaranteed, even if you get Impermed, even if you get Ash, even if you get Drolled, was insane. If you just literally cut down the main deck prank card cards by, like, make it a 12-card main deck instead of a 16-card main deck, I think you'll find this deck prospers a lot less fluidly.
No, that deck was broken. You literally activated polymerization half the time and you just won the game.
Yeah, it was so good. But that's not the point. In a world, right, where
Okay.
we have Baron, and we have Cash, and we have eventually, like, Manadium as, like, a big top deck, and all these decks, like, play negates, right? It's
Okay, so you're gonna tell me that in any format where the big combo decks get banned, that Prank Kids with Meow Meow Moo just isn't gonna be a problem. A
Let me
deck that
just-
has a one-card combo that ends on a Raigeki with follow-up.
Let me just give you a scenario. I activate play. I add green. You
Okay.
draw me. Do I cry about it, or do I end it all?
You normal summon green and you do full combo.
No, because I can't add the fusion spell.
You're fine. You don't care. You just end up like Bow Wow Bark and you're fucking chilling. Or you just hard open it because you play 3 of.
I will die on myself. Meow Meow Moo, not the problem. Also, Mystic Mine, fine.
Mystic Mine is not fine, and both you and I know it. I literally topped the regional with that shit, and I could still be, and I was still on that day like, wow, this is awful.
Alright, that's my opinion. Free Meow Meow Moo.
I am here to tell you why you and the viewers should buy Legendary Duelist Soul Burning Volcano.
Is it because you bought like 10 trillion boxes and now we're trying to offload on TCG Player for below retail?
No, I bought 3 because I am building all 3 decks.
What decks are there?
Okay, Battle Boxer is a deck, right?
Okay.
It's a deck. Salamangreat, you know, it's kind of rogue. Gazelle 3, seeing some play, big Link 4 monster that floats into itself that can search Rage or Roar, right? Pretty good.
Sure.
And then there's Volcanics, which has an FDK.
So you're saying that more people should buy this product so that more people can play an FTK, a deck from
No,
5 years ago, or whatever the fuck Battling Boxer does?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I just need Volcanic Trooper to be cheaper so I can buy my last 2 copies of it.
If more people buy the deck and more people play Volcanic, won't the demand go up because supply is down?
Well, that was supposed to be what happened with Lars and Dark Corridor, but look at them now.
Because those cards are shit!
Yes, negate, bad.
You're gonna tell me that there are decks right now, outside of exactly Dragon Link, making rank 6s. Name
Dino.
one. Dino is not a real deck.
Dino.
Dinosaur is literally the fakest deck I've ever seen. Anyone who thinks that Dinosaur... 2-card combo? You know what? You know what's also a 2-card combo? Unicorn Fenrir.
Yeah, well, don't worry. At least those decks will be hitting the ban list.
I'm sure they will.
What I really wanted to talk about was more like regarding hitting decks a bit.
Okay, I'm with you.
I was kind of like thinking, what if we just continuously just keep the decks as they were more or less and just continuously just add more good decks to like the top cuts. If we had to hit a deck, we more hit like what something can do, like for example Drytron, right?
Okay.
Alright, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, ban Ben 10, ban Ava, etc., right? And I'm just like, you know, why don't we just ban the Herald instead and just let the deck rock?
I think that Drytron is probably pretty good still.
Still, yeah, but it's not doing that obnoxious nonsense where all 5 of your cards get negated throughout, right? I mean, and it's better to just continuously have good decks that people play, and then, you know, new cards get released and we play a new deck, like, you know, eventually Pirelli comes out, etc. I never really got when the Yu-Gi-Oh community would always just say ban this specific in-engine card instead of like hitting something that the deck does to like manipulate the other person's resources like the Ishizu cards does, or just straight up like blow them out of the game like the Heralds do.
Because the problem is if you just hit like the end board, these decks will just like, if you just leave the engine intact, like these decks will just pivot to like alternate strategies. Like Drytron, like if you ban Herald, they're just gonna end on like 4 mana Apollo plus IP plus like Vanity's Ruler.
Wait, they can end on Vanity's Ruler?
They could search it.
You what? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you just pitch Ben 10. Guess who's a fairy?
No, okay, there's no way Vanity's Ruler's a fairy right now.
People were literally doing this, like, this was literally like what people were doing with like the first builds of Drytron.
Wait a minute. People are really tribute summoning Vanity's Ruler?
Now they just play like Black Chaos Max, because that's also like way easier to summon, because, you know, ritual.
I was never really a fan of just like, you know, hitting kind of like engine pieces in the deck directly like that. I like all decks running amok, except for like when they put out some nonsense like
Drytron? Like,
yeah,
of it? Yeah, like also like two.
I was never really hitting on Teal. It's more like when they put out Winda, and when my cards got milled, and when my cards got shuffled, and I was just like, okay, it's not I don't really hate this deck. I just hate that this deck is doing this thing to me. That was just my thing on that.
Thank you for your opinion. Very pog. But there's one thing that this video taught me, is that Yu-Gi-Oh players have the worst opinions, and that I hate all of you. Anyways, let me know what your terrible Yu-Gi-Oh take is in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.